Fallacies are the key to master logical reasoning. Fallacies help you recognize your cognitive biases that hinder you from thinking objectively, because logical reasoning is thinking objectively. So, today we'll be discussing the most common logical fallacies that we collectively give into without even realizing. So, kindly keep watching the video till the end. All right, number one, and the most common one, hasty generalization, quick generalizations. Okay, it involves making a generalization about a whole group or category based on the characteristics of very limited or unrepresentative sample. My friend Jignesh is a Gujarati and he's quite stingy. Therefore, all Gujaratis are stingy. That is a case of hasty generalization. This creates stereotypes. For example, did you hear about the teenagers who vandalized the park downtown? I did. Teenagers are so irresponsible and destructive. You can't make such a broad claim about teenagers based on one incident. That is called hasty generalization. Flaws and fallacies are the most commonly used all across. Okay, it's used by politicians, it's used by the best debaters, orators. So, even if you don't feel like these are directly relevant to your exam, they are definitely relevant to make good arguments, to recognize the flaws in other people's arguments. Okay, this is another example. They're all in the form of graphics. How can you say this book is racist? The author has written another book that was criticized for racism. Hence, the cat is making hasty generalization without reading the new book based on a past book that was indeed racist. That is, again, a case of hasty generalization. So, kindly do not commit a flaw like this. Okay, try to think more objectively with new sample and new evidences. The next fallacy is called faulty analogy. Analogy, but faulty. How? It involves comparing two things that are not similar enough in relevant respects to make a valid argument. For example, if someone argues that because cars and bicycles both have wheels, they must be equally safe to ride on highways, it would be a case of faulty analogy. Another example is penguins are black and white and some old TV shows are black and white. Therefore, some penguins are old TV shows. Analogies क्या होता है? They're called relationships. Faulty analogies are faulty relationships. Although they both have black and white in common, but they are different sets and they're different categories. So they can't be the same. Logical reasoning is nothing but coming to a conclusion more reasonably. This is not a reasonable conclusion. Next is causal for fallacy. Causal has to do with cause and effect. It involves attributing causation between two things when there is not enough evidence to support such a claim. There are two common types. One is post hoc fallacies. In this, when someone assumes that because one event happened after another, the first event must have caused the second. Okay, you've got your COVID vaccine, and now coincidentally, you've fallen ill. So you start blaming the vaccine for the symptoms that you're facing right now. That is an example of post hoc fallacy. In this fallacy, the case of coincidences are completely abandoned. Next is cum hoc fallacy. This happens when someone assumes that just because two events happen at the same time, simultaneously, they must be causally linked. For example, if a person notices that ice cream sales and the number of drowning incidents, they both increase during the summer, they might mistakenly conclude that buying ice cream somehow leads to more drownings, which is again a fallacy. They have no relationship whatsoever. Okay, some more examples. I hummed a tune about clouds, after which it rained, so cloudy hums change the weather. Faulty cause and effect. Someone said me, another anonymous email with a link to an article about the world's worst bosses, but when the link was sent, you weren't there. So it is definitely you who sent the link. Okay, again, omitting the case of just coincidences or another potential suspect. So, logical reasoning again causes you to think objectively and look beyond the given set of evidences and infer a more better set of conclusions. Next is statistical fallacy, the most common one. Marketing people love this sort of fallacy. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Colgate. This is a fallacy. How this fallacy is submitted in the interpretation or manipulation of statistical data. These fallacies can lead to incorrect conclusions or misrepresentation of the data. For example, while the ad claims that 9 out of dentists do recommend their toothpaste, there's a catch. It doesn't provide specific details about the study. It could be a potential example of a sampling bias. Out of all the toothpaste that they were given, Colgate was the least worst. All the other could have been even worse, or some unheard brands, or some brands that have not even started putting out toothpaste, and I mean so many other brands that are relatively inferior to Colgate. So obviously, because of no other choice, the dentist had to go for Colgate, and hence the study was misrepresented as majority of the dentists recommend Colgate. This is again a very common fallacy when it comes to marketing realm. Okay, it's the same example because this is again the most common representation of the statistical fallacy. I think there are many other examples of statistical fallacy. I would like you to use the comments below to let me know any other examples that you have observed of statistical fallacy. Another example is this wonderful example used by religions and cults and occults. See, you should check this out. We're the fastest growing religion in the country. Fastest growing is such a dubious claim. It's true. We grew by 85% over the past year. 85%. Now, do you want to join my religion? One person ends up joining the religion and seems like the cult grew by 100%. So already the sample size was so small that addition of one individual was 100%. So initially there was only one individual. Okay, so this is how you can misrepresent data by giving you big numbers, but they're all in the form of percentage. So although he's not wrong, but he is wrong. Wonderful, the most loveliest fallacy that we've all committed. Okay, we are fighting with a sibling because we might have had his ice cream that he asked us not to touch. But what do we do and how do we win an argument? Shut up. I'm older than you. Shut up. You're stupid. Shut up. You are dumb and all of those things. That is ad hominem. Okay, instead of giving forth a normal argument that would, extend the dispute or end the dispute, you're just attacking the person personally. That's it. The ad hominem fallacy is a typological fallacy in which an argument is countered by attacking the person making the argument rather than addressing the actual substance of the argument. Okay, the most used fallacy by all the politicians. Okay, this is the example that I mentioned. Okay, this is the example that I mentioned at the end. The most used fallacies by the politicians. I will lower the unemployment rate by 2.4%, but the opposition claims don't listen to him. He's cheated on 3 different partners. He can't be trusted. His personal attack is sort of brought in to defeat his original argument, which is actually not correct. That is one's judgment. That's one's subjective opinion, which has nothing to do in an objective dispute or argument. So ad hominem is again one of the most easy to recognize, but also one of the most easy to commit. Circular reasoning. We've all been victims of this. Okay, for example, look at this one. It's time you go to bed. Why? Because it's your bedtime. But why is it my bedtime? Because it's time to go to bed. You shouldn't lie. Why? Because lying is bad. But why is lying bad? Because you shouldn't lie. So there is no extra substance added. बस दो arguments circular घूमते ही रहते हैं. Okay. Instead of offering evidence, the argument simply repeats the conclusion, rendering it logically incoherent. For example, the same example that I took. In all of these arguments, the conclusion is basically reinstated over and over. Why do humans get to live but animals do not? Because they are human. Yes, but why do they get to live? Why do we get to live and not the animals? Because we're humans. And it's going to keep going on and on. Again, this is a very commonly committed fallacy. Let me know in the comments if you know any other examples of the same fallacy. All right, the next one, another politician favorite is red herring. ठीक है, बात इसका चल रहा है. मैं नया सब्जेक्ट लेके आऊंगा ताकि इससे attention divert हो सके. Red herring fallacy is a type of logical fallacy that involves diverting attention away from the main issue or argument by introducing irrelevant information. So it's also very relevant to your RCs that you might be solving or CR questions that are related to verbal. Any information that is not given, that is not discussed, that is not relevant is considered an extra or irrelevant piece of information and must be omitted, for which you have to understand author's original argument. Similarly, in red herring, the speaker must stick to the original argument instead of bringing some irrelevant extra piece of information. We should implement stricter regulations on emissions from factories. But person B argues, but what about the impact on small businesses and job losses? It was just talking about environment, and now here it's about person who is talking about unemployment. That is a new topic. Okay, see, we've been victims of it. Mom, I want that toy. Honey, let's rush home. Yummy treat for you at home. Okay, this is again a diversion introduced during an argument. What's your plan to address climate change? Instead of answering that, the person smoothly commits red herring by simply stating something positive about him. My tax cut boosted the economy. So I just diverted the attention to something good about me. So the impact that I had was all in all a good impact. Okay, it's a similar sort of example. Bandwagon. I mean, all of these fallacies are very relatable. Today we're just learning the names of them. Bandwagon fallacy is, अगर तुम्हारा दोस्त कूदेगा तो क्या तुम भी जाके कूदोगी? Exactly that. Bandwagon fallacy means assuming a claim is true because many or most others believe it. Okay? iPhones are better than Android. Why? Because other people are saying so and other people are getting more iPhones rather than Android. So why shouldn't I step back? I'll also get one myself. That's bandwagon fallacy. सब लोग ये पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम परस्यू कर रहे हैं तो अच्छा ही होगा, मैं भी कर ही लेती हूँ. Okay? Same example of the iPhone. So all of this is bandwagon fallacy. Hopping on the bandwagon comes from that idiom. Next is the false dilemma fallacy. Dilemma है but dilemma नहीं भी है. How? It is also known as the false dichotomy or black and white thinking occurs when someone presents a situation as having only two options. It's also called Hobson's choice, where there are only two options. You can either become a doctor or you a failure in life. There is no other choice beyond this. Okay, so that is a false dichotomy. There are obviously choices beyond this. But the way the argument is presented, you are caught between one of these two. Okay, either you can go to the party or you can be bored all night, completely omitting the possibility of chilling at home with a friend. Okay, so that is why it's called a false dichotomy. Okay, this is not really a true image. If you don't drive this car, you might as well not drive at all. Okay, if you don't have an iPhone, you might as well not have a phone altogether. All of these are extreme material false dichotomies, but these are also examples, wonderful examples of false dichotomies. They are either with us or against us. So there's either a left leaning party or a right. You can either be a leftist or a rightist. Okay, but there's somebody who claims that I have, opinions that like some opinions, some that are leftist, some are rightist. So I could be, somewhere in the center or somewhere that is, more towards the left, but also not extreme, like giving you more descriptive answers. But this individual is like, are you against us or are you with us? So there are only two choices. You can either be left or be right. You can't really be somewhere in the middle. So that is again a false dichotomy. Of course, you can be, right? So all of these were common fallacies that we've all either given into or we have committed unknowingly, involuntarily. Okay, so these will also help you in logical thinking and logical reasoning questions because you will understand the objective of the argument and you will make sure to not give in to these sort of cognitive biases that you've been giving into for all these years of your life. So if you come across any other fallacies, because there's so many, kindly comment and let us know and educate us as well, and kindly subscribe to our channel to be updated on all the other videos because they'll all be relevant on the exams that you are appearing for. So thank you so much for watching and share it with your peers as well. Thank you.